SWAT 4 released to critical acclaim on April 5th, 2005. The game put you in the shoes of a commander to an elite SWAT police team. SWAT 4 focused on tactical and methodical gameplay, prioritizing rules of engagement, and squad tactics. The game was an absolute hit, and the modding scene kept the game alive for years to come. In 2017, GOG released SWAT 4 on their storefront with fixes and patches for modern computers. Even with the mods and continued support, however, people wanted a new, modern game just like SWAT 4, and in 2021, their prayers were answered by Void Interactive.
Police, don't move!
Secure the area and we'll send forensics. Keep going.
Ready or Not exploded onto the Steam store page in 2021 when it launched into early access. It was received fairly well, with many regarding it as a true spiritual successor to the SWAT franchise. However, it was not without its issues and controversies. On March 22nd, 2021, Void announced a partnership with Team 17 to publish Ready or Not. But, just a few months later, in December 2021, Void announced that their partnership with Team 17 was over and no longer had any plans to publish the game with them. This statement came after a Reddit post that teased an upcoming school shooting level, but the devs claimed this wasn't the reason for the loss of Team 17. Which, I gotta say, that's that's a pretty bad lie. I mean, I don't think I would want to publish a game with school shooting in it, There were also substantial claims of the Void team sneaking in alt-right extremist imagery into the game, but this was denied by the devs and the files were quickly scrubbed out. Even with these controversies, Ready or Not stood firm, with steady updates, good reviews, with a hiccup here or there, and an active player base. How could they lose? Only by ruining the entire fucking game. When I first heard about how badly Ready or Not got fucked by the console release, I didn't want to fucking believe that, Nobody likes bad news. So I loaded into the game, first day, right? First day of the console release. Black screen, don't fucking work. I gotta switch versions of the game. I get into the police station, everything looks like mud. I get into the game proper, everything still looks like mud. There's less props, and my frames were halved. My frames were fucking half. I got like a 60 to 80 before. I was getting like 30 and like 20 now. I don't know what they did. And then the AI, I was trying to play through it at 20, 30 FPS, and the AI, I noticed, it was very noticeable, was super fucking downgrade. The AI was just dog shit. And I'm just gonna say it, the game is objectively worse now and immediately after the console release than it ever was before the console release. And don't let Void Interactive tell you otherwise. So what gives? What happened to Ready or Not?
Never in my life would I have imagined that Ready or Not would be sitting at mostly negative on Steam.
Apparently it is mostly negative. 25% of the last 30 days, all the posts, all the user reviews are actually quite negative.
On June 8th, 2025, Ready or Not was announced for the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. A few weeks after this announcement, Void revealed massive censorship changes to all versions of the game. Now I want to make it clear, I don't care about what they censored in game exactly, that's not what I'm playing the game for. However, the censorship itself is bad in principle. Once you buy a game, it should not be allowed to be censored after the fact when they promise that content is going to stay in the game. Now, not only were these changes affecting the console versions, but the PC version as well. The PC version was massively downgraded in graphics, gameplay, and censorship in order to match the console versions. Void later said that maintaining two versions of the game was simply, this is a quote, too much work, and opted to downgrade the PC version instead in favor of crossplay. As you've been shown, the community did not like this one bit. The game was review bombed on Steam, countless YouTube videos were made, headlines from major gaming news outlets reported on the whole fiasco, and from this moment on, Ready or Not hasn't seen nearly as much buzz or popularity, even after releasing DLCs that were, honestly, middling at best. They weren't that great. The year is 2026, and Ready or Not sits around 10,000 to 5,000 players on average. The recent reviews are back up to very positive on Steam, and the game was a hit on consoles, especially on the PS5. So is it still worth playing in 2026? In my opinion, maybe. Ready or Not is no doubt a fun and rounded experience today, but it still suffers heavily from the console downgrade and is never fully recovered. I would pick it up on sale and never full price.